Hey guys!
What's up? That was weird.
So
I like that. I don't know how to be cool.
Yeah, no. We are taking the snakes out of Brumation today, so we have to take them from the closet outside.
Bring them inside. I'm excited for breeding season to really start. This isn't really started.
This will mark the beginning of the breeding season.
Oh, I thought Brumation counted as breeding season. It's just the
No, because we don't do anything.
Right. But
this is like the breeding season. That's like
pre-breeding.
We're gonna take them out. What we're gonna do is check their body structure, replace their water and bedding if they need it. They'll all need water changes and whatnot.
What is checking their body structure meaning?
So I'm gonna check and make sure that they have held weight. No one's lost a drastic amount of weight while they were in Brumation, and that's pretty much it. See if they're ready to go for the food and for breeding.
Okay, so excited. I just want to hold them all again.
So now it's time to take everyone out. What we're gonna do is take a few out at a time, work on them, keep them in the living room for a little while, and then when we're ready to go in the closet, we are just going to switch them out. And that's pretty much it. We're also gonna get a new heater, but that will work for now. We did have one issue during Brumation.
Yeah, we talked about that in the podcast. In the south, you would think it doesn't get that cold, but we've had some definitely cold days, like in the 20s, even in the teens, and outside, that heater is having to work so hard overnight. And so one night it was just working hard and it blew a fuse, and of course it was while we were sleeping, so we had no idea when it happened. And we woke up, the lights didn't work, yada, yada, yada. So we kind of had a mild heart attack, but thankfully we were able to catch it soon enough and fix the fuse and do all that and get it back working again.
So the snakes were at like 30 degrees for probably a few hours, which isn't great, so we'll see. Hopefully no one's really affected by that. I'm a little confident that it'll be pretty good, but you never really know.
That sounds like an oxymoron, a little confident.
Yeah, that's true. Those first. As you can see, like if we had a side-by-side compared to what she looked like when we put her in there, this girl is this girl is probably the same exact size as she was when we put her in there. Hey. 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 So this guy actually doesn't look that great. He's always been a little bit small and a little bit of a problem feeder. And if you can see, he's not as heavy bodied as that female. You can definitely see a little bit more of his spine. If you see like those striation, that ridge on the spine there. I would like to get him a little bit fatter. Hopefully he'll get eating better now that he's brumated for a while. Sometimes that kind of restarts everyone. So let's get this guy feeding as quick as possible.
So when are you gonna start feeding now that they're out of Brumation?
I am going to, depending on who's going where, the closet is going to be brought up to 75 degrees, keep that for a couple days, and then go up to the normal 80 to 81. With some of the guys that gotta go back in different racks and that kind of stuff, they're just gonna go right in. So there's really no problem with going right in and going back to the normal temperature. Although a lot of people like to do a gradient first. I usually go that way, even though it doesn't seem to matter either which way.
But if there's heat tape, isn't there already a gradient? Or you're saying slowly bring it back up?
Slowly bring it back up instead of going from 55. Instead of going from 55 like right up to 80. Want an intermediate steps.
That's
like
what you
70,
meant.
75.
Gotcha. But what about feeding?
Feeding, I'm going to wait 5 days to a week and then I'll start feeding. Alright, so what we have here is our female honey. I'm going to change her water bowl. From what I can see right here, she looks like a good size. Looks like she maintained her size, and it looks like she's going to be ready to breed this year. So on corns, you want to see a nice, like bread loaf looking body structure to them. Here's our male buff.
One of my favorites. Is this a good body structure?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully that female will be going to our reverse Okatee male. I'm sure you'll see him later. But she's a little on the small side, so we'll see how it goes. It'll be kind of a game time decision if she goes or not, but that's one of my favorite projects that we've got going on this year.
She better go. I agree, it's one of our favorite.
Is another favorite, the lava terrazzo. The lava gene is kind of a hypo-ish type thing that enhances the reds and oranges in the animal, and then the terrazzo really blows out the pattern. So for some reason this becomes kind of an orangey, purplish animal. Some of them are so ready to eat and just so reactive, which is crazy because they haven't heated up that much. But they're pretty ready to eat and pretty ready to go. But look good, and I mean this guy has like a super amount of yellow coming through, as you can see.
Whoa, more yellow than I remembered.
That's supposed to just be a regular tessera.
What? How? What's all that yellow? There has to be something else going on.
Well, there may be a whole bunch of hets, but you never know. That's a female, so that will be a lot of fun, and I mean she's probably ready to go. Sunglow tessera. This is another female. As you can see, she looks really good. She got good body structure. So as I've mentioned before, as well as I have some other Sunglow stuff, but Sunglow is the breeding out of the white in the A males, so looking for more of just a red and orange animal with no whites. I believe it originated from Kathy Love, who started line breeding them. And so this is the Sunglow tessera. The female ultramel tessera. I don't like the fact that she shed during brumation, which says that we probably had a few consecutive warm days, and therefore she thought that she was getting out of cycle and then shed. So hopefully it doesn't mess up her cycle at all as far as follicle growth and stuff like that goes, and she'll still lay a good clutch this year. We'll see how it works out. But I mean, other than that, she looks really good. This is the mother of McDonald, the ultramel tessera that we have if you've seen our Instagram. But she is a much more orange coloration, more of an orange and gray, Home Depot orange at that. So I love the look of these animals.
Way more than McDonald's is. He's like red and yellow, clearly, so it's weird that she's a parent.
They change over time too.
Okay, can't find you. Where'd you go? You're completely buried. There you are, there's your head. I see you moving, I see you moving. Poke your head back out. Did you go into brumation too, Snoocher? You're always in brumation because you sleep all the time. Mrs. Brumation, little Snoocher Boocher. Boogies, nothing. You giving me nothing? Hey, happy beer day to you and yours. Yes.
Alright, press record.
It's recording.
Oh.
You think I was just filming? Whoa.
I don't know why some of them are coming out like this.
Whoa, I've never seen a corn do this in my life. What the You are
I want to get a picture on this side.
Why are you so ready to go? This is the one that was striking?
No, there's another one like this too on the same side.
Calm yourself. You were never mean. What happened to you? You're okay, little dude. But you don't think you're okay. Oh my God! Better put that shit down fast.
Do you see See how far she went?
Oh my God, they jumped so far. Corns are, whoa.
Which is weird. They're not anything like this when.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, not even come close.
So it's kind of interesting. I guess they're just really hungry.
He's jumping, look. Oh my gosh. You are losing your mind in there. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
I kind of wish this was a female. Look at how
Big.
He's like a big boy, right?
Yeah, and it's not helpful to have big boys. You want big girls.
Smaller males tend to breed well, and so do
Bigger females.
bigger females. So smaller male doesn't really matter that much.
We're just instantly scared now.
Well, no. I just
This is
don't know
squirrely,
why he's
too.
going so intently for my mouth.
Love the belly though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Babe, even in the thing, he is posing, ready to go. Like, aren't you tired?
Stop annoying him.
Just stop having sheds. I don't like that. That's not good. What is this one?
This ghost with a paradox strawberry. Strawberry paradox.
Oh yeah, that little dot. You guys see the little strawberry dot? His little birthmark. Oh, he's ready to go too. Everybody's trying to go.
Fire.
Fire, fire, fire. Good, this is how they're all supposed to act. Super calm, like this. Okay, how many more? Well, should be almost there, right?
2 or 3 more. So what I'm gonna do as far as breeding plans go is, like I said before, I'm gonna start feeding them probably 5 days after they're all settled in and they finally have that temperature up a little bit. And then as soon as I start feeding and they do their first shed, I'm gonna start introducing males to females. For the most part, all the females are gonna hold off on males until after the second shed. It seems that's when the females are really primed to breed and primed to copulate. In which corn snakes, you don't have to leave them in there for a long time, although I may leave them in there overnight. Most of the time, if they're gonna copulate, you're gonna see that happen within like 10 or 15 minutes, or you're gonna see them jockeying for position, you know, the male trying to court the female and if she's receptive or not. So I will keep you guys posted as far as the breeding trials and bring you guys along every single step of the way. Last but not least, we have our reverse Okatee. So Okatees, like I said before, are a locality, which is actually for the Okatee Hunt Club in South Carolina. And then all a reverse Okatee is, all it is an A-male Okatee. So they're no longer true locality because the albino is not from the Okatee Hunt Club, so it's not a true locality. But people have been live breeding these for years, and Okatee has become more of a description of the pattern of the thick borders around the dorsal pattern on all corn snakes, whether it be normals or A-males. So it's more of a look now than a pure locality. I don't think there's many pure locality Okatees anymore. I know a couple people have them, but for the most part, when you see an Okatee, it is probably interbred with something else, especially if it has a mutation in it like A-male.
Okay, last one. Okay, so what's our next step?
So what we have to do is clear out the closet and then start moving all these guys into the closet.
Yeah, clearing out the closet is more intense step than what we just did. I know I've definitely been telling people that we're gonna have about 200 babies, but I wasn't factoring in the hognose and the other ones that we're doing, so maybe like 215, 220.
150 to 200, depending on where we hit as far as what females go and if females have big clutches. But there's a lot of factors.
Oh, so maybe the 200 was me exaggerating. We had 15 clutches. Well, we will have 15 pairing. 15 times 20, that's 300.
20 is a pretty big clutch for corn
what's
snakes.
15 times 15?
So like, for the most part, that's gonna be your pretty old females that are in a real ripe area for breeding as far as age goes. So that's not really typical, even though like we had that last year, we had clutches or a clutch like that. Doesn't mean all the corn snakes are gonna do it, because that girl's a little bit older and she's a good breeder, as well as some of these females are a little bit smaller or have started a little bit smaller. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bunch of 10 to 12 egg clutches or 10 to 15 egg clutches.
So then 200.
But we could also get 20s at the same time. You can get 25. Okay. So it really can fall anywhere between like 8 and 25 with corn.
So the 200 really is a good guess then, when even factoring in the other ones.
Right.
It might even be.
If everything goes.
It may even be on the higher side.
If everything goes.
That's okay. That 200.
But that's still an overwhelming amount of work.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're starting to bring all the snakes into the closet, and it's a lot of work because this closet is a little bit of a mess. We're trying to find out the best way to organize everything to where I can get to everyone.
And get to his clothes.
And get to my clothes, because the closet is also where I keep clothes.
It's clothes, you know? Because
Like,
that's what normal people do. Closets, clothes, just maybe.
Yeah, we're not that normal though. And I didn't really mention anything about the feeding cycle. The feeding cycle, I'm gonna do feeding every 4 days or so, at least in the beginning. I'm starting out on smaller meals, so even the adult corn snakes that could take an adult mouse, we're gonna go hopper mice, and then small mice, and then adult mice. So I may do...
So you do gradient feeding.
Gradual, right?
Gradient's not there. Gradual
But I see
feeding.
what you're saying.
You don't do gradual heating, but you do gradual feeding.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do gradual-ish heating, so I'll keep this room temperature to like 75 now, and then I will bump it up to 81, maybe in like 2 days.
2 days, okay.
So it's really important for me to hit a lot of these females with food as much as possible. The more food I can get into them, the better clutches they're gonna have, the better they're gonna be able to recover from their clutches and whatnot. I'm not gonna try to go for double clutches. Sometimes they happen no matter what. I mean, if they lay infertiles, it's whatever. Or if I see that a female is obviously building and I should pair them up because she's gonna go either way, I'll do that. But I don't really shoot for double clutches. It's just not the most viable thing to do for the female. I'd rather them get recovered, because that second clutch is usually not that great in comparison to the first one. So I would rather take a healthy female over, you know, a 6 egg clutch or something like that.
So we use the Sterlite 28 quart tubs. We like them enough, but just to add another layer of security, just peace of mind, we just do simple little binder clips just to add it. We do binder clips on the side where the top doesn't have a latch. So on 2 sides the top has a latch like this, and then on 2 sides we do the binder clips. We've also used these Sterlite 32 quart tubs. These have different, a little bit more secure latches in my mind. Still though, only on 2 sides. But for these, we do not use the binder clips. They do come in 4 side latches, but we're happy enough with the 2 sides.
Well, the 4-1 has a gasket in it, which doesn't allow any air exchange, and I don't want that much stagnant air. It's not really that necessary. So it's super secure, but it also would be a pain to get the humidity down, and it's maybe a little too secure.
But couldn't you do more holes to balance that?
Yeah, for sure. They're also just much more expensive at the same time. So this is the final project. It's not beautiful, but it works for now. Hopefully when we get moving, we can do like all different shelves, and because we want everything in the room to be ambient everywhere, meaning like we can have a room that's just ambient temperature, so we can have them out in a big room and shelve all the walls.
When do you plan to do that?
I'm saying when we move,
Oh,
then I can cater everything
you're gonna bake some shelves?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, I haven't seen this handyman side of him yet, so I'm excited. Yeah. He wants a whole snake house. So, girlfriends, wives of snake people, lay down the law early, or they'll just be given it. If you give an inch, they'll take a mile. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I haven't been in a video. You're trying to cut me off.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't been in a video in a while, so this is fun. I'm excited.
Oh my.
I'm excited for the end of Brumation and starting of like ramping up feeding, and the real fun will be stuff. Shh, don't curse. The real fun stuff will be when we start locking them up and everything, and we will of course update y'all and document all those lockups, all those pairings, and like keep y'all, like y'all will know what we will know. There'll be complete transparency. Also, excuse me, if you watched the Super Bowl, we're so glad the Eagles won, and if you made it this far, you're on the team.
Please like, comment, subscribe.
Hit that notification bell.
We don't usually say that, but I probably should.
We should.
Right?
Like, comment,
We just say that in like the beginning.
Also,
like
YouTube's annoying, and like if you don't do the notification bell, you might not see that we released a new video. We want all of y'all to see it. So, really hit that notification bell. Okay.
Alright, see you later.
Go Eagles.
I mean,
Uh.